Opo.
Okay, so again, just to recap what we had for the past continuous. So as you can see, past continuous is using the form was, were, plus ing. So you use was when your subject is singular, and then were when your subject is plural.
Right.
Plus the ing form of the main verb. Okay? With past continuous, it's usually paired with past simple. Alright? So when you pair it with past simple, the temporal conjunctions that we normally use are when, while, just as, and as. As you can see in the examples on the board, you see when is there, when, while, as, just as. And then in the last sentence, there is no temporal conjunction, but there is a period of time. In the last example, past continuous is uninterrupted, while in the other sentences, mostly all the actions are interrupted. Okay, so the properties that you have to know when to use when to use while, as, and just as is that when is used with past continuous clause, or you can use it with past simple form. All right, so you can put when interchangeably, whether it's in the past continuous or it's with the past simple. It will not change the meaning of the sentence. All right, so for example, when I was watering the garden, it began to rain. You can also say, I was watering the garden when it began to rain. It doesn't change grammatically as well as the meaning. Okay, while has two properties similar to when in the first example. While we were having a party, the lights went out. You cannot put while in the second clause. Why? Because in the second clause, you use the past simple. You can only use when in that case. All right. And then the second property is that it is telling us both actions were happening at the same time. So both actions are past continuous. Like in this case, was reading, was listening. So George was reading while his wife was listening to the radio. Also, you can put while either in the first clause or the second clause. It doesn't change the meaning. Okay, and then the use of as and just as is exactly the same as the first use of while here. Okay, as I was getting on the bus, I slipped and hurt my foot. So you use as with past continuous, and the other clause is with past simple. All right. Similar with just as here, use just as with past continuous, and the other clause is with past simple. Now, what's the difference between while, as, and just as? Is that while and as are just interchangeable without difference in meaning at all. But with just as, you tell us just there's a little gap between the interrupted action and the action that interrupts. Alright, so that's exactly. And then in the last sentence, just like I said, for example, the plane was late and detectives to their notification. And detectives were waiting at the airport all morning. Meaning, the action was uninterrupted. Why are you
Wow, bago yung cellphone sa...
Okay, so...
Pinagla niya yun ng nanay niya. Ay,
yung jowa.
Jowa niya.
So that's the example there, the explanation. So again, a continuous action indicated by the continuous past tense, meaning was, were, plus ing, is contrasted with a sudden and quickly completed action shown by the past simple. Alright? This involves the use of temporal conjunctions when, while, as, and just as. Alright? The continuous action is interrupted. Okay? So notice that in the examples above, the temporal conjunction may be used with either clause. A comma is needed if it is used with the first. Okay? So if your conjunction is in the first part of your
we should
sentence,
have to put comma.
You should have a comma. Alright? While may be used to introduce two parallel actions, meaning two actions are past continuous, which are in progress at the same time. So like the example we had there, okay? George was reading while his wife was listening to the radio. You can also say, while George was reading, his wife was listening to the radio. You have a comma here
because the while is the
first part of your sentence. So that's exactly my accountant. My accountant in the restaurant.
Sana all may jowa.
Hindi yung jowa.
Ay, hindi ba si Jay? Hindi pala si Jay. Kilala ko yung jowa ni Seren.
Sino? Kilala mo?
Oo.
Nakita mo?
Oo.
Nakita mo?
Oo.
Saan? Saan mo nakita? Sa post ko? Nababasa mo ba sa post ko?
Hindi.
Saan mo nakita?
Parang sa ano ba? Kailan ngayon, babe?
Saan mo nakita?
Joke lang to naman. Kinabahan.
Kinibahan ako din eh. Hi.
Nandito yung prof namin.
Hi.
Sir Eric. Si Maricel, sir. Si Maricel na walang malay. Siya yung IELTS.
Talaga nagturo sa iyo?
Oh,
Para sa iyo?
special kids.
Oh. Special student.
Okay, can we answer the
Okay.
quiz?
What were you doing when I telephoned you?
Write sentences of your own in answer to these questions. Each answer must begin with I was.
Okay.
Can you do it in your notebook?
I
Okay,
was...
you can pause. Let's have your sentence.
As I was singing on the stage, I felt shaking and nervous.
I
felt
felt
shaking and nervous.
I felt shaky. I felt shaky, probably shaky, and nervous.
Okay.
Yes.
And my family called me just as I was having a class.
Just as I was having a class. Or just as I was acceptable.
Pwede na.
Pwede na. Just as I was having a class. Okay. How about Gladys?
I was told the driver not to sleep inside the room.
Again.
As I was told the driver not to sleep inside the room.
I didn't get it. As I was told.
As I was
Told
Told?
the driver
the driver.
not to sleep inside the room.
It doesn't make sense. What do you want to say in Tagalog?
As I was... Wala yung ano mo, second close. Wala siyang second close.
Anong nangyari? Bakit siya
Isa
nag-
lang yung close mo, babe.
Yes.
Isa lang.
You
As
didn't
I
have
was
that,
singing
yeah.
on the stage, I felt shaky and nervous. Dalawa dapat, isa lang yung ginawa mo.
Sige, gawa pa ako.
It's a bit similar to this sentence.
nga eh.
As I was told, the driver...
Parang dito ako
I was,
nahihirapan.
maybe you say, it doesn't make sense actually. Ano yung ibig mo sabihin dun? As I was told.
Ano yung sabi mo? As I told the driver?
Baga, sinabi ko sa driver na huwag matulog sa kwarto. Wala yung ano na sa...
No, it is not.
Eh, yung isa, someone using my table just as the moment.
Still, there is no second action.
Kan! You go there inside. Okay, gagawa pa ako ng isa o dalawa.
Okay, one.
Rakan was taking a bath while her sister was playing a doll. Your sister Fatima. Close it, because this one's closed. What should I? It's hot. I love you.
So,
Not
done with the
seven.
sentences?
Not seven.
It's hard.
Are you done, Brens?
Opo, sir.
Can you read your sentences?
While we are having a class, the man started.
The man,
The man
While we were having-
startled.
Mama.
the man
Startled.
startled.
Apo.
What do you mean?
Bigla siyang lumabas. Ay, parang ano, startled.
What does that word mean? Startle.
Lah, nindot lagi niya yung damit. Startled, sir. Yung parang ano, wait. Startled, yung parang bigla siyang ano, lumuwa. Ganun.
The man startled. Startled means
Wait lang, sir.
surprise, but it means surprise,
Startled.
right? Or Akan?
Start.
What does startle mean?
Ito daw. Parang bigla siyang pumasok.
Do you have the meaning there?
Oo.
What does it mean?
Cause to feel sudden or shock or alarm.
Yes,
Surprise. Parang
surprise.
surprise. Ganun.
So it should be the
Parang
man.
lumabas siya ng...
The man was startled.
Startled.
Was startled.
Oo.
You have to
Was?
use
Lagyan ka ng
was startled. You have to use the passive voice. Okay. How about your second sentence?
Rakan was taking a bath while her sister was playing a doll.
Okay. Both actions happening at the same time. Yes, correct. What about Gladys?
Ang ganda naman ang damit ng kapatid.
By the way, the rest of our students are absent today. And they're gonna
Huh?
have live class.
While
Right.
we're cooking the
Buka
food,
doon.
someone knocked at
Diba
the
akong
door.
cellphone?
Okay, good.
Rahima was sleeping while Brendalyn called her.
Rahima was sleeping while Brandon called her. Still, you use the...
Ah,
It should be two actions happening at the same
Okay.
time.
okay.
Ano yung why?
Yeah, the second sentence. Although that sentence is correct, but still that is the first sentence example. You should make a sentence that has two actions happening at the same time in the past.
Rahima was sleeping while I went to the market.
While I was going to the market. While I was going to the market. Meaning you were on your way to the market. Okay, that's good. Let's have another two sentences. One with as and the other one is with just as. Yes.
While with us.
As I was.
And the other one is with just as. Then after that we will have a quiz down below. Let me